Atypical hemolytic uremic syndrome is a very serious and life-threatening disease that affects less than 1,500 patients, according to aHUS AllianceAction.org. This disease is caused by chronic, uncontrolled activation by part of the body's natural immune system. It can cause the formation of blood clots, which leads to affecting various organs in the body. aHUS can be triggered in adults and children, but it is known to be more rare in the youth population. I got to speak with Shippensburg University student Anna Snee, whose life was changed after she was diagnosed with aHUS.
They diagnosed me with atypical hemolytic uremic syndrome, or aHUS. They believe it was triggered by the parvovirus, which is a really common virus, but can sometimes cause this rare blood disease to form if it's already in your system. Well, I had been feeling sick for that week, just like a cold and stuff, and then that morning I was really nauseous, was vomiting. I didn't sleep the whole night before. We were supposed to go to Bloomsburg to play a spring scrimmage, and called my coach, told him I couldn't play because I wasn't feeling well. So I went to an urgent care facility, and they told me that it was just the flu, gave me some anti-nausea medicine, and said that it would probably be gone by later that evening. So I stayed in bed all day, and around 5 or 6 o'clock, I believe, I just knew something didn't feel right, and had a friend drive me to the emergency room at the Chambersburg Hospital. Sleeping mostly. Throughout the night, I would be taken to get blood work or imaging done, whether it was CT, MRI, x-rays. They were keeping an eye on all of my organs to make sure no fluid was building up or anything like that. Once the blood work was done for the day, every few hours they would inject me with more pain medicines, which just made me really sleepy. I would go get my dialysis done. I would get my plasma transfusions done, my blood transfusion, and then once all of that was done, they would check everything again, check my blood work, see how that was going. A few other things had to be done, like I had a spinal tap done. They stopped doing any fluid treatments because I couldn't expel anything. They had me on dialysis because my kidneys had gone into complete failure. So I was on dialysis for the majority of the time that I was hospitalized, and I was receiving plasma and blood transfusions every day, every couple days. So before my release, they started me on a treatment that I would get in the Hematology Oncology Center at Geisinger, which is any blood disease or cancer. And it was a treatment called eculizumab.
Eculizumab has shown greater efficiency than plasma therapy in the prevention and treatment of aHUS.
So I would get that through an IV. I started that when I was in the hospital. Then once I was released, I had to get it weekly, then bi-weekly, and then monthly. And then by the end of the summer, they stopped my treatment altogether. But on top of that, I have to take iron, folic acids, and B12 shots. And I have to monitor my blood pressure, because when your kidneys fail, it's really hard for your body to handle sodium and potassium. When I was in the hospital and for like a month out of the hospital, I also had to be on a renal diet, so no sodium, no potassium virtually, which really then you can't eat anything. So that stopped a few weeks after I was released.
Snee was released from the hospital about a month later and was able to continue life normally, but still had to do various treatments. When I asked her if there was one thing she would tell someone who's unaware of this disease, here's what she said.
It's a really rare disease. It doesn't affect many people, but when it does, it's really severe, and it's something that you have to monitor for your whole life. So I guess for people that don't know very much about it, just The only thing that you can do for others is donate blood, donate plasma. It's always needed. I needed tens and tens and tens of bags while I was in the hospital, and you help a lot more people than you think you do.